All right, guys, welcome back to another edition of Boundaries and Brotherhood with the Carrie and Gordon Show with my co-host right there. Today's topic is going to be why the self-war keeps you broken, and how it affects a lot of things moving forward, right? Miss Pullaro, and this is all from her post, right? So I just wanted to say that this was something that she's posted before, and I kind of just broke it down so that she can, because she's been in the industry, she's been on platforms, she's been in competitions, and she has a different angle on how confidence is built and how the industry kind of like directs everything towards into self confidence and how it keeps you broken, right? Miss Pullaro, Miss Carrie Pullaro, reintroduce yourself. What would we be talking about? And I'll get us all technically set up, and let's get to cracking.
Yeah, I'm Carrie Pullaro. I coach women over 40 to look and feel better than they did in their 20s. And today we're talking about some uncomfortable truths.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely some uncomfortable truths that people may not want to hear, but that
Well, put it this way, because nobody's going to save your body. Nobody's going to save your mentality. Not the shake, not the 30-day challenge, not even the influencer trying to give you the quick fix abs. It's never going to work. But that
mm,
entire industry, the entire path, right, depends on staying at war with your own reflection, because a person or a woman, a piece, will stop spending money on the things that she wants to get fixed, right? Basically. So today we're going to be putting down what the punishment is, ditching of the starvation mindset, right? And learning how to build a body and a life and something that actually lasts instead of trying to get that quick fix all the time. And that's where I get from that, because when I seen Miss Carrie put that post, I was like, damn, here she goes with that deep shit again, right? Because she's been through it, right? But please explain on what we're going to be doing and how that's going to be detrimental to moving forward, especially with your clients listening to this.
well, so many women spend decades at war, like with their bodies. And I think a lot of it has to do with the diet industry as well, because we're taught that our, well, let's look at TV and magazines and social media, like and AI, like everything looks so perfect. And so we grow up in that environment of, oh my God, my like I get to look this perfect, or like it's attainable, but it's absolutely not. And so I think we become, well, I know we get to be at war at our bodies. We look at losing weight or getting a fit body like it's impossible. And the only way we can do it is by getting a quick fix, right? Like, because that's what everybody says, but it's bullshit.
Right.
And the way you approach your body has, the way that you approach your life and your body gets to grow the fuck up, honestly. Like, that's the
Yeah.
reality of it.
No, I mean, it's reality, just real, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times, what you've been taught, what you've been sold, you strive for that, but it also messes with your confidence, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Especially as a woman. I mean, we're not just saying specifically, but it does affect men also in a way that they both strive for something better and it's been sold to them, right?
Hmm.
And then you've been caught up in that mix at one time because it comes from a childhood trauma also.
And a lot of people also just expect, like, well, I'm over 40 now. Like, this is what happens. And I'm like, I don't remember that, like, we were dead after 40. Like, who fucking told you that? Like, where did that come from? But I do remember, being a teenager and obsessing over my body, right? Like,
Oh,
I remember that. I remember thinking, oh my God, I wanted to look like the models, the Sports
right,
Illustrated models, the
right.
people on TV. But, all of that is Photoshopped before we knew what Photoshop was, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you've been sold a dream and outcome to sell products. This is why the Kardashians are worth so much money, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Because
Yep.
besides their products, besides everything else, you've been sold a dream from a younger age so that you can have the insecurities in going forward as an adult. And like you said, 40, 40 is still young. You know my age. And then I just had all my heart conditions all done. We just had the best results yesterday because all my
Awesome.
stress tests, everything came out clean. I don't have to stress. I don't have to worry about it. I'll be around for a long time as long as I keep. The only thing I got to do, he said, like, from the looks of you, I don't have to tell you you have to work out. So that's a good
Awesome.
thing, right? But even like for women moving in, because they have different hormones, they have different things going on in their body. You can't outtrain what you refuse to face. What are some of the
Mhm.
things your clients, between chronic dieting, over exercising, or an emotional coping mechanism, disguised as something else? Please explain that.
Oh my God, looking outside of yourself to feel better. I think, well, what I've observed is they feel so uncomfortable in their body and they correlate losing weight with hating their body rather than just, oh, I would like to feel better. I'd like to improve my health. When you look at it from a different perspective and you change the lens, like I want to do this from a health perspective, it doesn't it doesn't have that same vibe of I'm trying to punish myself because I hate my body. I hate the way that I look. Do you feel the
Deep.
difference?
Because the way I see, like, even like for when I see the people that go to the gym, like, the women, they're just hammer. Like, I'm like, God, I'm like, sometimes they were like right next to me. I'd be like, oh geez, I couldn't even keep up with that stuff. But but I always wonder what's going on through their mind, right?
Mhm.
And then you can see the ones that's trying to do something not for their health reasons, but maybe for the looks, or they're trying to get ready for a wedding, or doing something in that sense, right? How does it mess with your mind when you're in stages? Because everything moves in stages, right? Because first you might do it for looks, first you might do it for
Yeah.
validation, but then attention, or you're trying to get you're just trying to look good for yourself. What are the stages that, I mean, if you can understand what I'm saying?
I do. There's like different levels of body acceptance, if you will. I get where you're coming from. Like I can still love myself and say, I want to lose 15 pounds. I
Okay.
want my jeans to fit differently. I want muscle.
Mm,
I want to look fucking hot in a bikini over 40. Do
right.
you know what I mean? Like all of that's allowed. But the problem begins when you believe you have to hate the current version of you badly enough to earn the next one. So like now going to the gym is punishment. Like
Yeah.
now I'm starving myself because I'm not eating this type of food because I hold myself in such disdain for the way that I look that it's like I'm trying to hate my way into a new version of me and that just doesn't compute. And what I also see is that we make the women get caught up in social media and looking at the 25-year-old as the standard. And women over 40 are constantly comparing their current bodies to that standard. And that existence was years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
We're not trying to resurrect our fucking 20s. But now you
Okay.
get to
Okay.
build the strongest, hottest, healthiest version of you the way you are now, right? Like that's a more powerful standard. I'm not trying to go
Interesting.
backwards.
You don't want to be the 20-year-old with all the trauma and all the validation and all the self-confidence and all this stuff. You would rather be the 40-plus-year-old in control with confidence that's sustainable, is what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
Yes, and I think that women also look at their body changing, and
I
like
was
at
just
their
about to
body
say.
changing as permission to stop participating in their life. It's like, oh,
Mm,
I hear that all the time. Nothing gets me more fired up than when I hear
I
somebody
was
tell me, well, I mean, it's just my age. Like, no, the fuck it's not. But if you keep saying it is, it will be.
right. It will be, because you're going to make it. It's going to be true, right?
And our bodies, yes, they change with age? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But your behavior still matters enormously. So, like, strength training matters, protein matters, sleep matters, your daily movement matters, food choices matter, your sleep recovery matters, consistency matters. If you're sitting on the fucking couch watching Netflix all damn day, eating bonbons, do you know what I mean? And then you want to tell me it's your fucking age? That's bullshit.
Because now you're just showing how what your behavior is in laziness. How does that mess with the emotional stance of it, right? Because there's got to be a time where, okay, say you're like, I'll give Andrea an example, right? She's gonna go for it. Once she puts that mental cap on, when she's gonna go in that direction, there's no holding her back, right? Because
Mhm.
she's driven to that sense. What do
Yep.
you see for some women that get stuck in that, like you said, that mental emotional unpacking? What do you tell them, right? Like
Well, a
basically,
lot of
what is, in fact, let me, what is the single most important habit a woman can adopt that can stop punishing herself and start building?
they get to understand that it's not a food problem and it's not
Ah,
necessarily a discipline problem.
that is deep.
It really is taking an honest assessment of what you're avoiding.
Okay.
Oh, it's the food. And then they tell me, well, I eat so well all day long. And then at 8 o'clock, I'm craving sugar. And so they're thinking that well, maybe I just can't keep sugar in my house. Okay, cool. You can get rid of the sugar, but it's going to be something else after that. Right.
Something's
And
going to take the
so
place.
something else is going to take the place. So it's like taking an honest assessment, like hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Like I just want to take a look at, like, am I exhausted? Am I lonely? Am I bored? Am I angry? Am I overstimulated?
Mm,
A lot of women don't want to get honest about that, because if I'm resentful, like let's say I took care of everybody all day long, like you take care of your household, your business, then you come home and you take care of your kids and your husband, and you spend the entire day taking care of everybody else. And then you feel like an asshole if you're resentful, right? Like you're not supposed to be resentful to any of these people. But
right.
it's really, you're resentful at you because you put yourself last.
Oh, okay. You're listening. Why do you think I talked to her? Why do you think she's a good now? She's over giving me the face, Carrie, right? So,
It's awesome. I love it.
so what is so wait, I can't stop laughing. All right, take it easy, guys. Live on Instagram, we had followers right there. This is one of her quotes, right? A woman at peace with herself is a disaster for the diet industry's bottom line, right?
Oh my God, when you're so solid in who you are, you understand that like you don't need to go spend money on all of these supplements to change the way you feel. Cause essentially that's exactly what you're doing. You're just substituting something else. It's like maybe the supplement will make me feel good about myself and will change my body. It's all just an illusion, where it all
Mm-hmm.
starts in my mind, and it all starts with me being honest with me. What am I really feeling? What am I avoiding? I find that when and I'll just use myself as an example. The other evening, I was sitting in front of my computer and I kept having this urge I had some gluten-free cookies downstairs. I wanted to go eat these cookies.
Okay.
I know I don't want these cookies. I just ate lunch, right? But really what it was I didn't want to sit down and write what I was about to write to one of my clients.
Okay.
I was avoiding that uncomfortable conversation that I was about to have with somebody. And so it's
Mm.
like being able to recognize that, oh, I don't want to sit here. Let me just go mask this with a cookie. Yeah, that's old behavior. The reason that I was feeling that urge is because that's how I've operated for so many years.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
was just the old behavior coming back. And now having the self-awareness to recognize it and go, oh, okay, this is because you're about to have say some uncomfortable stuff and have a difficult conversation with a client. And yeah, and you don't do this regularly. So of course it feels a little uncomfortable.
Because creating
Yeah.
those new habits, you have to actually catch it for yourself, including your nervous system. And that's
Yeah.
something you are really big at, because if you don't catch it with your nervous system, in fact, me and Doc was talking about it with your personal boundaries. If you don't have control of your nervous system, or at least know the symptoms of it, you can kind of like go back to your bad behaviors really fast, right? Now,
It's ingrained. Like it was so natural for me. Like I literally got up and started to walk. And then I was like, wait, hold on. What am I doing? Like I almost made it down to the kitchen.
but
Literally. Yeah. I actually got
but
to
then again,
to the
too, it's like,
stairs.
okay. I mean, it's
I
okay. It's
mean,
a cookie. Look,
it's
it's not.
exactly. It's not, I'm not like, I'm not making the cookie wrong. Like I could have had a cookie. It's not a big deal, but it was really recognizing that the cookie wasn't the thing that I wanted because I wasn't hungry.
And
You
what comes after that is the bigger picture, right?
Right, because
It's
as
yeah.
I would have eaten the cookie and I would have still felt the same way. And then I would have been like, oh, maybe there's
It's
something
almost
else down there or more sugar
yeah.
because I want to feel good. I don't want to feel
Yeah,
uncomfortable in this
yeah.
conversation I'm about to have.
I mean, and it's the same thing with say alcohol, drugs, the
Yep.
life. You know what's going to lead to another when you start doing one thing. Then I
Oh,
already know the
100%.
end result. What's going to happen? I mean, yeah, and that's what people don't understand. You can just in the beginning of stages of when I just got out, it's like, okay, why don't you just have a drink? I said, yeah, one drink will lead to me into a line of cocaine, and then hitting the meth bowl, and then me coking up a bunch of dope, and then me being trying to be the man again. All for what? I know the end result. That's what's going to happen, right? Now, let me ask you
Yeah.
this question. Another quote that you had. This is deep. You cannot hate yourself into a version of you that you love. This is Miss Carrie's quote, guys. Please explain that because it's so real. It's so authentic. It's so true that the person that you used to be, you cannot hate that person for what they've been through, is my interpretation. What's your interpretation and add to that one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hate myself into change. Like that, if you think about it and think about when you were younger or at school, like what what really supports you in changing, making a change is gratitude, acknowledgement, appreciation, recognition for how far you've come, right? When somebody
Right.
approaches me with that, now I'm like, oh wow, people are really noticing. Like now I'm open to what you have to say. I'm open to change. But when someone comes at me and tells me, oh my God, you're doing such a shitty job, or I mean, think of a boss or like a teacher that you had that was really mean telling you that you were wrong. Like that doesn't inspire me to like do anything better.
Oh,
What
yeah.
that does for me is just like, oh, I
Climb
want
up,
to,
shut down.
yeah, I want to shut down. I don't want to be around you. And so when I do that to myself, like that really is just a cycle of me keeping myself like small and not speaking up for myself.
Oh,
And it's like self-loathing, self beat up, self-loathing.
give me an
Like,
example. Like, how do you, if you had a situation like that, that's something that happened before recently, maybe, or something that, and how you caught yourself. So you can put them in a situation where it's like, oh man, I just went through that stuff. You mean?
so it actually happened this morning. I couldn't, I normally go to bed at 8 o'clock, right? So I'm in bed at 9. I still can't fall asleep. Finally look at the clock, it's 11. And I've got to be up at 3:45. So 3:45 comes and I'm like, I look at the clock and I'm like, I am absolutely not going to go to the gym today. Today is going to be my day off. And I hit snooze. And for a moment, the voice that popped in my head was like, what a fucking loser. I can't believe that you're just giving up on yourself
Oh,
today. And I'm like, oh, whoa. Like
oh,
that, but that voice, remember, is like 48 years old, 49 years
that's
old.
self talk.
Right. And so I was just like, oh, wait, hold on. I haven't taken a day off this week, and
Yeah.
recognizing I haven't taken a day off this week. It was going to be Sunday. It's going to be today. Cool. Just shifted days. Now I can go back to bed. So I went back to sleep and I didn't wake up till 6. It was glorious.
Yeah.
But it's just recognizing that, that voice that I hear that's in my head, like that's me speaking to me, and it's not real.
And it's not real. And your brain doesn't know the difference. That's the thing. You don't know the difference, whether it's this and that. Or that. It's not even real. But
And
how,
if I give it
yeah,
attention, if I
that,
give it
yeah,
attention, it'll freaking keep going. So like if I would have been like, oh yeah, you know what, yep, you are a loser. You're like, yeah, you know what, how irresponsible of you not to get up. It would have gone down this whole spiral of you're not a good coach and you're not a good example for your clients. And I could have allowed it to do that. However, like today, I don't do that shit today. Like I can see it coming when it starts to come, and then I'm just like, okay, like let it be for showing up.
and
And then
yeah, because he was saying, so some of the clients or some of the people on the news, they find out after doing a thorough investigation, the thoughts that the person had that did the crime, it was all fake in their head. And it's just the same concept, right? Because the concept is what you tell yourself in the head, it doesn't distinguish the difference. Now, if you give it, like you said, the attention, the validation, and the time, and it deserves, it'll manifest into something much bigger that you're going to take action upon, right?
And the words that I say are gonna change my state, and they change the way
Yeah.
that I'm feeling, always. And so I get to be really mindful of that, of like what goes through my head all the time, period. Because you're absolutely right. It starts somewhere. And if I don't so a lot of times if I have like a conversation going on in my head, my body doesn't know the difference of whether it's happening in real time or if it happened 20 years ago. It's
It does.
replaying the same event through the same emotions, and the same feelings. And so I just bring it back to life until I squash it.
When you think about that, like when you realize it's because when it's happening to you, it's just go, 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 boom, it happens.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like, okay, let me take a step back. Let me see, is it for real? But it's something that you're, like you said, the younger self wouldn't be able to catch that, right? And the untrained person wouldn't catch that, right? That hasn't put in that work, hasn't worked with Miss Carrie, haven't worked with me or Doc, hasn't worked with any type of, let's say, personal coaching status to get to that point. But here we're gonna get into something different. I had these things. It's called confidence and self mastery questions pertain to what she said. Miss Carrie's on the hot seat right now, guys. So
what are we going to talk about now?
live,
You
right?
keep switching
keep throwing
topics on me.
things
What
at her.
I know.
So we're gonna go. I'm gonna put this on the screen, right? And then we're gonna go breaking the people pleasing trap. How much of your focus on body image or perfectionism is actually just a fear of not being accepted
Ooh.
by everyone else? Please iterate that or give some enlightenment for that question.
Oh my God. When I read that, I just think of a fucking control freak.
Okay, I'll put it back on screen, guys.
Because people pleasing is all about control. I'm trying to control the way that you perceive me. And so I'm so focused on the way that I look, or I'm trying to look perfect because I want you to like me. It's like such manipulation.
I mean, that's
I want to be accepted. I want to belong. I want to be accepted. It's like it's being driven, it's being driven by fear. And so I'm trying to manipulate you because I want to fit in.
right. And it's all fake, regardless
It's
of
all
what, just trying to
bullshit.
fit in, trying to be accepted, trying to be
Yeah.
the cool kid or whatever. Guys, if something like this, put this in the chat, guys. In the chat right now, what is an old story about your body or your worth that you need to officially retire? And if you need help with that, you can always reach out to Miss Carrie Pullaro on all social media platforms. If you're listening to this, right, on Spotify or the Apple Podcast, please reach out because we want to change this type of behavior, right, into you becoming the best version of yourself so that you can be okay with you, no matter what age, between your 30, 20s, 49, like me, 60s, you'll be all right. But we want to catch you at an early stage to realize a lot of things.
Okay.
Setting boundaries with diet culture, right? This is the topic. It's almost like what do you call that? Like a Jeopardy type of thing. I'll put it on the screen. Then you read it and then you give me the answer.
Okay. What does holding a firm boundary look like when family, friends, or coworkers try to drag you into their latest crash diet or body shaming talk? Oh, you just be a fuck no. I mean, it's that easy. It's just a no. I'm not enrolled in your stories and your nonsense, and you go deal with that and go handle it. Everybody gets to experience their experience. And so maybe you have someone that really believes in this new diet that they just wanted. I remember someone totally enrolled me in this grape and grape juice diet. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but I did this.
The grape juice diet?
Oh, yeah. The grape and
never heard
grape
that
juice
one.
diet. Like you're not allowed to eat or drink anything that only grapes, white grape juice and grapes for I don't know how many days. I had no idea what it was going to do to my system, but the sugar keeps you going. And I did it for a couple of days, but oh my God, it was just like I couldn't go anywhere. Like I had to stay home because it's like you
Because
have
you
no
just go right
control.
through you.
Absolutely.
go right through
After like a good 24 hours. And then you come back, you come off of it's like everyone was calling it a cleanse. And then you come like right off of the cleanse and you eat again. And then you feel even worse and even more bloated because you have all that sugar in your system. And now
just
you're
sustains.
introducing food. Yeah, it's nothing that's sustainable. It's not like you could stay on it forever. But it was just,
Right.
it was. But somebody
I mean-
enrolled me in that idea of you should try this. It's a cleanse. It'll make you feel good. And did I feel good for a couple of days? Sure.
It's not sustainable though.
It's not sustainable. You're like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? It's wild. Like I think of all the things I tried when I was younger, like the cabbage soup diet where all you could eat was cabbage soup. I have done the craziest shit. You have no idea. The cabbage soup diet. Yeah. And I've drank a bottle of magnesium citrate before to.
I mean, yeah, that cleans you out. In fact,
That
I
totally
just had to
does.
I had to tell somebody about that just yesterday. Yes.
Yeah. I had no idea about that. Like my brother, I called my brother because he's a nurse practitioner. And I was like, hey, I want to try a cleanse. And I was telling him all these cleanses I was trying. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what? You just need to go get a bottle of magnesium citrate. And I'm
Right.
like, okay. And he goes, drink half the bottle. And I'm like, sure, I'll do that. But for me, I don't ever listen to directions. I'm like, half. Like, they wouldn't give you a full bottle if they didn't want you to drink the whole bottle. So I drank the whole bottle. And then,
Oh,
oh
you
my God,
blew out everything.
I could not leave my bathroom. And he called me and he's like, how you feeling? I'm like, I can't leave my fucking house. You didn't tell me that. And he's like, I bet you won't do this shit again. No pun intended. Yeah, the family love, right?
Yeah, but then they get to you and you're like, oh, don't worry, I got this. Boom. Hey, who the hell are you, nurse practitioner, my brother? He's just trying to, hey, Predano, thinking, oh. that's
But
that's
like,
really bad.
and really the only thing that ever worked for me was just changing the way that I saw myself and
Mm,
changing the energy in which it came, or like the come from, right? The come from was always, I hate the way I look, I got to change it. Now it's, I love the way I feel and I want to
I
nourish
saw
my
that now.
body and that feeling. And so that means doing inner work. It means doing physical work as well. It's like
Hmm.
all the different areas. I get
Yeah,
to work on everything rather than thinking it's the, as soon as I change my body, I'll feel better. Oh,
no,
hell no, that doesn't
it's the
work.
opposite.
I've tried it.
Yeah, opposite.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You feel good about yourself, overweight, it overrides everything on what you look like, how you dress. And because if you feel good about yourself, it doesn't matter what you put on, how you work out, what you looks up, because that confidence is going to go through the roof, regardless of what it is. And that aura makes it, that energy and those energy that comes out of it and the waves that come with that is something that nobody else can figure out, but they feel it. Especially like they just did a study, the most high frequency wavelengths that attract to people that they can measure. Guess what it is, Kyrie?
What?
Feeling good about your authentic self.
Oh,
Being authentic produces the best vibrational wavelengths for yourself. And it attracts.
like you can observe them too. So you can see their body language. You see the way that they hold themselves. Are they crunched over? Are they standing up?
Yeah.
Like, do they like kind of take up space in the room? Are they trying to like shrink? And I think a lot of that too, like when women talk about, I want to get smaller, I want to get smaller. What I don't think they understand that unconsciously there's something running behind the show that wants them to stay small in their life period, not just physically.
And then that comes to this question, which is perfect what you just said, right? Look at that one.
Us were
Yeah,
conditioned
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
to
You
make
go.
ourselves smaller. What was the exact moment you gave yourself permission to take up space and own your presence? That was the first time I did a fitness competition
Okay. Nice.
because I had never done anything like that before. I was always like, "Oh my god, I couldn't do that. I could never do that." And being able to go out and be on stage and feel good and have that confidence, because who I the
Who you
woman that
were.
trained, yes,
Yeah.
who I was,
Yeah.
like, I did kind of feel like a shell of a person back then, but the woman that I trained under was very confident and she was very secure, with herself. And so a lot of her energy, like, you vibe off people's energy.
Oh,
And she would like hammer home in me of like, you're gonna walk out, you're not gonna don't pay attention to anybody else. This is you. You get to walk out there and this is what you get to showcase. And like she would get my mindset going before I would even walk out there. Like, you get to visualize, where are you going to go? How are you going to stand? Like, I get
perfect.
goosebumps right now. It's because
Yeah.
nothing ever changed. Like, yes, that supported me so much back then, but I just couldn't, it wasn't sustainable for me because I would need her to live with me to tell me that every 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's before though. But look at it this way.
Yes.
You had got, that was coached by you. You took you under your wing. She got coached, but now you do that for other women because
Yeah.
you see what can be possible. Especially, all right. I mean, I get it. You kind of go. You kind of be on stage. You're showing off your You're showing off your body. You got to do your posing. You got to be oil lathered up. You got to do everything. Got to be correct. And then there's all these negativities in your mind that happens, and then you start second guessing yourself. But you need that coach, that person. That's what Boundaries and Brotherhood with Miss Carrie Pullaro also does for the women's side. We do it for the men, the husbands, and everything. She does it for women because at the same time, You don't understand the trials, tribulations, experiences that we've been through emotionally.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, we both want you to have the best life possible and be okay with yourself instead of having these negative thoughts, right? But that goes to this question now, right? Look at this one. This is going to be perfect, right?
Most of us were conditioned to make ourselves smaller physically and emotionally. What was
Oh,
the
wait,
other?
no.
Same one.
But then here we go. Let's go with this one.
The confidence of doing hard things. How does stepping under a heavy barbell or committing to real physical discipline build the kind of mental toughness that transfers into your everyday life?
And then the
Yeah.
barbell could be, it's just probably because, we're talking about the fitness thing and everything today. Because real physical discipline, like you said, when you see somebody and you see someone that's in shape, you know what comes back behind it, everything that came with it, right?
Hmm.
What do you tell women about this journey when they start with you and how it will transfer to everyday life?
That they get to wake up every day and choose themselves. Because
Nice.
I had a conversation with someone last night and she was interviewing a fitness trainer and she
Okay.
said, "Oh my God, Carrie, I feel so like I don't feel good right now. I'm getting in my head about hiring this fitness trainer." And I said, "Okay, well, tell me about it. Like, like what are you feeling?" And she said, "I will put my family first. I will put my household first. I will put my business first. Like, I will do all of these things. But when it comes time to invest in myself for like, this fitness trainer, I feel selfish." And I'm like,
Oh,
now we're in a container together. We work with the same mentor. So that's how
okay.
I know her. But I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited that you get to choose yourself," because what I have seen from her, and I've known her for a couple of years, is she's someone who puts so much energy and detail into her programs and into her clients because she
Mhm.
really, really cares about their results. And
Yes.
she really cares about, like what she's delivering to the client. And so I was like,
Mhm.
if you don't take care of you, like you're going to feel so good, you're going to look good, you're going to feel good, and all that's going to trickle down into your clients. So they're like, it's going to touch
Right.
everything.
I was
Like
just
your
about
whole
to
life
say.
is going to change. Everyone's going to feel good because they're all going to feel the result of you taking care of you. And she said, "Oh my God, now I'm excited." Like,
Yeah, but it's natural to it's natural to be put their family first. We had this thing. Did I tell you about the story how I got Andrew her trainer and stuff? And then she was
no.
like, okay, so
I mean,
when she
I knew
was
you got one for her.
when she wanted to get into, after she had the baby, she was at that stage where I want to lose this 100 pounds, this and that. And she wasn't working, I was working. So she found a trainer that she liked from one of her friends from the school, from other parents. She brought it in. I met the trainer, nice Filipino younger guy, right? But she was like, I don't want to take money from the family, right? Seems
Mm,
it's selfish. It's the same situation,
yep.
right?
Yep.
So like when I
100%.
said no, because I told her like this, if you don't feel good about yourself, you're gonna be miserable and everything else. You want to lose the weight, we're gonna take this baby weight off, everything, it's that time. Right? Because it's been now like maybe a year or so after everything else.
Mhm.
She and me, we were fighting, right? But she'll tell
Yeah.
she'll tell her friends, "Oh, Gordon will train you, but not me." Because so I took a whole bunch of I took a whole bunch of my tip money, the tens that I just put in a box, whatever, and we paid it off for like 6 months. And she was still crying, "I don't want to do this." But I said, I'm investing in your and our future because I need you to be right. And then, even though she doesn't know the exact regimen, you know what I mean, or how to train, at least I need you to get the momentum into this. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
fortunately, everything panned out because now she's in the size she wants to do. We did the mommy makeover, we did all that good stuff, but it's now she feels good about herself. But then, sometimes we gotta argue about her overconfidence. but then but then again too, I'm too strong-willed also. So it's like we're just gonna bump it. But it's the same thing like your situation with your friend, because if she doesn't take care of herself, she's gonna take care of clients. She's gonna take care of clients. You gotta have that right balance. You know what I mean? If you don't have that balance and the wheel is off, it's going to be really hard, right? Now, let me ask you this,
Yes.
the last question, right? All
Okay.
right. How do the standards of the people around you either feed your self doubt or reinforce the confidence you're trying to build?
Oh, this is good because you get to constantly assess the people that are around you. And
100, 100%.
100%. Like, I am going to be the product of the top 5 people that I hang around with. So I in my head, I'm constantly paying attention to, like, are they moving forward in their life? Like, what's important to them?
Yeah.
Are they great at reflecting back to me who I'm being and what they see possible for me? Like, those are the types of people that I want around me because I don't I do not want to call somebody that's just going to be on board with my bullshit either. I
That,
want
that,
people that
that,
are going
that
to call me forward.
that's not going to do you any good because
No.
you're going to have just yes people that's going to be just want something from you and not point you in the direction that you need to hear. Like it's like for me, sometimes my filter in that sense doesn't cater to that type of individual because I just tell you straight up like it is. And sometimes you might not like the message, but the message is true and correct for the better good of everything. Because when you have people that say you're running a company and you don't have people coming in from a different angle, a different experience, a
Mhm.
different culture, you don't get to grow. Now, you might
Mhm.
not like it at that time, right? But it's like, it's one of those things that's what they call feedback. Feedback is going to be able to, you take it, you regurgitate it, you take what you want from it, and you throw that thing away. But at the same time, if you don't have that type of friends around you, you're just going to go on a destructive path and find out later on in life. And that's what we don't want for any of you because that's what this show is all about, guys. It's all about building your confidence from a female's point of view, from a therapist's point of view, from a point of view of my point of view that can get you conditioned to make yourself bigger the day you realize these things. Because one of the main things is, and then we'll close out with this. If I'm going to give you the last question this way, I just thought of one, right? And you can end with this, Miss Carrie Pullaro. Make sure you're following her on all social media platforms. And then this is where it's going to hide out to. Go ahead.
If confidence is a muscle built through keeping promises to yourself, what is one non-negotiable standard you refuse to compromise on anymore?
Ooh, you like that one, huh?
My mornings are where I get my head right and I create the state that I want within my body. I get
Okay.
up at 3:45 and I'm having coffee. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to come back. I'm going to go for my walk. So I'm setting the tone of the way I want the rest of my day to go. I come back from my walk. I'm probably going to do a little bit of self-reflection. And then from there, people are
Nice.
welcome to talk to me after that. I'm like, that's a non-negotiable for me. Like, don't try to come talk to me at like 4 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? Like, no.
That's your zone, right? That's your you time. I'm up 3:30, 4 o'clock in my zone doing the things. And then hopefully I get all my stuff down. This is why I love AI because I get to get everything done in case Trident wakes up and yells for dad, right? But it
Mhm.
means I can get everything done on autopilot. And that's my state because that dictates the day. And maybe with me
Yes.
running 3, 4 shows, it's like it dictates everything on what I have to do after, right?
And so if I had to narrow it down to one thing, it would be my workouts because I feel like at the gym, that's where I'm the closest to God. Like I
No,
can
because
just,
you're in your zone.
I'm in my zone. I'm
Yeah.
doing what I need to do. And I know when I leave, I'm going to feel good. And any kind of residual shit that's like in my body gets to go away because I'm just so focused on what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Because I get it. But if you see some of her videos, right? When you see her just hammering, I'm like, Jesus, she's worse than me. But guys, if you want to reach out, I do have an assessment. If you look at the bottom down here, it's assessment at boundariesandbrotherhood.com. Take the assessment, see where you're at. Even if you're a woman, if you're a man, and you want to see where you're on in your confidence level or your sovereignty, and you want to work with Miss Carrie Pullaro, reach out to her on all social media platforms. She's all over the place, guys. And you can see her before and after pictures. If you're looking for someone that you want to have self-esteem, confidence, been where you might be at right now and knows how to get out of a situation, please reach out, guys. Right? Carrie, end the show.
Oh my, listen, your life is not over because you turned 40, and neither is your body. You're not too
Yeah.
old. So you didn't miss your window. You just get to put yourself first.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Aloha.